Welcome to CNN Vantage Point. I'm Craig Morgenstern, Senior Investment Officer with CNN Wealth Management, and today's podcast will provide a market review for the month of February 2026 and our current outlook. February unfolded against a backdrop of elevated policy uncertainty, geopolitical tension, and evolving economic signals, all of which shaped market performance and investor sentiment. Renewed trade frictions and tariff discussions became a central focus, driving volatility across global equity markets. A newly announced U.S. tariff regime introduced fresh uncertainty around trade relationships with the European Union and other key partners, placing downward pressure on both U.S. and European stocks. At the same time, investors gravitated towards safe haven assets such as gold, reflecting a broader shift toward risk aversion. Economic data presented a mixed but generally stable picture. U.S. consumer confidence improved modestly from January's lows, signaling resilience in household sentiment, even as overall growth remained moderate. However, data from late 2025 confirmed that economic expansion has slowed, reinforcing expectations that central banks will proceed cautiously as they assess inflation trends and growth dynamics in the months ahead. Globally, develops extended beyond trade policy. Ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East contributed to energy price pressures, while high-level gatherings such as the India AI Impact Summit highlighted the increasing role of technology and innovation in shaping long-term economic growth. Taken together, February reflected an environment balancing underlying economic resilience with persistent policy and geopolitical headwinds. Financial markets continued to reflect a balance between resilient U.S. economic fundamentals and ongoing geopolitical uncertainties. Consumer spending remains healthy, and business activity points to continued expansion, supporting a broadly constructive backdrop. While some labor market indicators suggest a modest softening, overall employment trends and solid household balance sheets underpin economic stability. Inflation has eased from previous peaks but remains sufficiently sticky to keep the Federal Reserve cautious and data dependent, with no clear timeline for rate cuts. Investors remain attentive to policy developments and incoming economic data, which are likely to continue driving market sentiment. Equity markets are expected to experience periods of volatility, with rotation toward value, dividend-oriented, and defensive sectors, reflecting a focus on cash flows, balance sheet strength, and earnings durability. Fixed income remains an important stabilizing element in portfolios. Overall, fundamentals remain supportive of risk assets, and disciplined portfolio construction and diversification are key as we navigate a more normalized growth environment. We'd like to remind our listeners that market conditions can change quickly. As circumstances and facts change, CNN's market views and portfolio positioning may change accordingly. If you would like more information about our current positioning and market thoughts, please contact any of our wealth management advisors. And if you like this podcast, we'd be grateful if you would share it with your friends. On behalf of the entire CNN Wealth Management team, we thank you for listening.
Please note, views are subject to change based on market conditions and other factors. These views should not be construed as recommendation for any specific security or sector. Client portfolios may or may not be at the positionings discussed due to, but not limited to, distributions, tax management limitations, systematic purchases, etc. Some products are not FDIC insured or guaranteed, not a deposit or other obligation of the bank, not guaranteed by the bank, and are subject to investment risk, including the possible loss of principal amount invested, and are not insured by any other federal government agency.